Well, good morning, everybody.
Thanks.
Welcome to our Blue Ridge seminars and virtual training. We're just going to go do a brief overview of kind of who we are and what kind of products and our product offering. My name's Andrew Dunkelberger. I'm an account manager here. I joined in 2015 as an intern. I got about 7 years of working with the VRT product. So I got experience with some of our legacy stuff, and I was here during the development of the current product offering. A little background on us. We're located in Marietta, Georgia with our main factory. That's where I'm at. We have our West Coast sales office in California. We exclusively focus on unified control solutions utilizing BACnet native products. We're PTL listed, UL listed, and seismic certified. And our systems meet and exceed current energy codes. A little project resume. If you guys want to glance at this and see if anything you're working on currently matches something that's on this list and wanted to reach out and let us know that you're working on something, this will help give you a good idea of what we're capable of and who we've worked with before. Blue Ridge Basics, we're not from the traditional lighting control architecture. Basically, standalone gateway is how things were done before. It's not unified, so basically you would have duplicate networks, limited integration, unknown integration risks, multiple interfaces, and it's definitely higher costs. So we're attempting to move away from this with our product offering. For Blue Ridge, we're one system, which is the BAS, one interface, which is the one or two computers that you would sit in front of and integrate to, and one point of accountability is a BAS contractor. We really want to nail down that we work with BAS contractors because we feel like they're best suited to represent our product and how best to integrate to a site instead of the traditional electrical contractor or someone who might not have as much experience sitting in front of a computer and networking something. A little background of us. We started off as Triatech in 1985 and then eventually switched to Lumisys in 2002. Then our latest legacy product, the Aperio platform, launched in 2010, had a successful run until 2015 once we started working on our modular I/O. And now we've moved on to our modular product line, our MQ product line, which is what we'll go over today. So Blue Ridge, we leverage the existing BAS. So we know that we're sometimes coming in late to the party. So we'll jump on the HVAC typically with a BAS contractor. We'll be perfectly suited to jump on the network via the router and go into a BAS server or different elements of remote control that some or all BAS contractors might have. Little background, we have a couple different products that we currently offer. It's our control panel, our zone controller, our retrofit interior, and a retrofit kit. So basically 2 for new construction and then 2 for existing construction. Product highlights, we're BACnet MHP native, we're compliant with all energy codes across the country, and we're seismic listed like I mentioned earlier. One thing I do want to point out is we have a 10-year warranty on our relays and a 5-year warranty on all of our modules. So basic Blue Ridge system, this is just a layout of a couple different products, how hypothetically it would exist inside of a building. Basically, we'll tie all of our devices in via the BACnet in parallel, and then the blue wiring is our CAN bus network, our sub-communication network, which is what all of our devices communicate on to each other at a fast speed, which then we push via our BACnet points inside of our proprietary software to the front end via the BACnet router. It allows us to be quick and fast and almost live as a solution, which is really fun for people who really know how to leverage the information. So the next slide is our control module. So it's our control module. Basically, this is the brains of the operation. 1 per panel, broadcast receives BACnet points. You set the MAC address on the rotary dials and the baud rate on the dip switches. It's very analog, but it works really well. It has a real-time clock, battery backup, just in case something happens to the building. It won't lose its software or firmware. It's field upgradable, and it sends and receives CAN bus and DMX commands. Next is our RO4, our REO4, and our TSO2. These are class 2 modules. These are the ones that drive the lighting, uh, sorry, drives the lighting loads in the building. They listen to the CM telling them to go on and off. REO4s are our emergency product that allows for if a building for some reason loses power, it has a small capacitor on it to transition the lights to the direction in which you want them to fail. Another class 2 module is our RO224 and RE224. This is our solution for our smaller distributed product line for our zone controllers or our satellite controllers. Basically, you have the functionality of a RO4 with low voltage inputs for your light sensors, your aux sensors, things along those lines, and you also have analog outputs on both of these. So it's kind of one of those small packages that does a lot for us. Next, you'll see our class 2 modules. Basically, the A08, the UI16, AU48, and DU88. Basically, the A08 does our 0 to 10 outputs, dims up and down. UI16 does low voltage inputs, like I said with universal inputs. It's light sensors, low voltage switches, aux sensors. That's where they get driven from. They're all addressable via, and they all talk CAN bus. AU48 is a combination of the A08 and UI16. Basically, it allows for you to have a more flexible solution inside of a building if you want to combine low voltage inputs and analog outputs. And the DU88 has low voltage digital outputs, and it's rated up to 1 amp, and it has 24 VAC VDC capability. And it also comes with 8 universal inputs, so it has that flexibility just with a little bit different implementation. Next is our class 2 RD modules. These are our retrofit modules. So the really cool thing about these guys is they're able for us, they allow us to go into any existing building with a lighting control system that isn't ours. So with the RD16, we can take over 2, 3, or 5 wire relays. So Douglas, GE, Wattstopper, we can go into those buildings and effectively put systems that aren't on BACnet on BACnet. Now, with the RD32, it's actually a retrofit kit for our legacy product line. So for that chart I showed earlier with our history, so Lumisys, Tritech, and then the Aperio platform, if you run across one of our products in the field, you'll actually be able to retrofit it all the way from the 1980s to now. Next is our power modules. The TMO1 comes with a 100 milliamp capacity, so 1 amp. The TMO2 is a module we use to actually navigate CAN bus inside of our product. Allows you to jump it if you need to do any additional I/O once you install in a building, or if you have an application that might need to go from a normal panel to a satellite panel. It helps with that. And then the TMO3 is our main transformer module and has 2.5 amps of capacity. Next, we have our capacitive touch stations, our CTSs. These are our smart switches. They're the ones highlighted in the photos on the right-hand side. Basically, they're addressable via CAN bus. They daisy chain, and we have 3 functions. It's on, off, raise, lower, and then scene dimming presets. So basically, you can program these switches to go to certain light levels with just a touch of a button via our Essentials proprietary software. You can have up to 64 per panel or CM, excuse me. And they're one of the more robust products that we have, where they can be stretched out to 1,000 feet and definitely can allow you to have more flexible control inside of a space. And they also have their own BACnet points, which you can read in the front end if you need to see what's effectively happening in your space at what time. Now, we also have low voltage non-proprietary switches. We use IR Tech for these. They're just on-off, momentary on-off switches, but we do have the capability of not having a smart switch. Next is our occupancy sensors and our light sensors. These are both non-proprietary. They're both made by IR Tech. The occupancy sensors are dual tech, so the BDS 600 with different lens types allows you to be mounted at higher heights, wider areas. Thank you. Wider areas, and it allows you to be flexible with one sensor. So the lens types are very, very dynamic. For light sensing, we have a 0 to 10, 0 to 5, and a 4 to 20 milliamp preset inside of Essentials. So our BPD 500 is very flexible in how it can be applied to a space. It does come with different mounting options, different capabilities where it could be indoor or outdoor. So that's really nice. And then the OS551DT is just a corner mount aux sensor, but it allows for us to sense a space from just a corner of a room. It's IR tech sensor as well. And then the BDS 700 is a wall-mounted aux sensor switch. So typical thing you see inside of one of the buildings where if you walk in, it'll trigger the lights on, but also you can hit it and turn the lights off. Pretty simple. Next is our control panel enclosure. So these are just different sizes of all the metals. And basically, depending on how many I/O you have, will dictate how big your panel enclosures are. The cool thing is they're NEMA 1 rated. And then they all have a removable backplate. So if you need to work on it or your techs need to work on it, they can take it out, put it down on a table, work on it, and then put it back in seamlessly. So it's very, very easy to work with. Some of the other features we do have door key locks, basically be able to lock and unlock it, dead front covers for different energy codes depending on what you need. And then we also offer voltage dividers to make sure we separate high and low voltage modules from each other. So basically, this last slide here is a link to our website. So if you click the link, you should be able to go to our website and just see our homepage and the different elements of our products. And if you need any support, that's where you'll want to be. So I'll take you right to this website. So we have a couple different tabs. So products is where you find any information on our products that we just went over. Support will take you to our technical support where we have older versions of our essential software, help numbers, and anything you need for our legacy product line. And then for product inquiries or in technical support, we have 2 different emails and phone numbers. So if you need tech support, you can call us or email us. And then for customer service, if anything you want to try and sell or you have any questions about anything, please feel free to reach out. Even if it's something that is just lighting related, we'll be happy to help you. We like answering questions and we like trying to figure stuff out. So even if we can't maybe provide you a solution, we'll still try and help you out with what you got. So I appreciate y'all's time, and that's the last side. So I'll open it up for questions, or if you guys have any jobs or anything you want us to go over, I'd be happy to do it.
Look, I got a small question to ask you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just sold an order with 11 of those lighting panels, the CP33 and the 43s and the 53s.
Yes.
And normally a lot of vendors that we deal with, if there's a certain amount, like if you do 15,000, 20,000, they normally, help you with freight and things like that to ship those 11 panels. Does Blue Ridge do anything like that?
We do have multipliers that we apply to all of our customers once they meet a yearly purchase amount. We'll slowly but surely actually give them a better price over time as they purchase more.
Okay.
So if you wanted to reach out to me or our customer service line and go over what that is, we'd be happy to do that with you.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve.
I appreciate it. Thank
you. And if you have any questions about that job or as you guys implement it, I'll if you want to give me a call or have your text reach out to me or whoever you're going to have integrated, I'd be happy to help them.
It was a good project. It went well.
Okay.
He got the 11 panels, I think, yesterday.
Okay.
So and they were questioning that situation where if they thought since it was that amount of money that they would do something, and it was, I was told that there's no freight allowance or anything like that. They don't do that. Is that true in your area?
Yeah, we don't typically do anything for freight. It's nothing we've ever done before. It's just we do have multipliers that we apply to all of our customers, and as
Sure.
you do more business,
Sure.
that's kind of how it works.
Sure. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions? Okay. Well, I don't have anything else for you guys, so if you want to wrap it up, we can do that. Or if you have anything you need, just let me know.
Great. I really appreciate it, Andrew. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Brian.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.